Ladies and gentlemen, my agent has brought me back to the start of January. A club that has been in crisis all season despite being the reigning champions. He knows I'm a United fan, but he decided, you know what, let's get you a job at Liverpool. So, of course, the board are a bit concerned. Me being a United fan, I've had some ups and downs recently with some of the jobs I've had. And they wanted assurances that I wasn't going to sabotage them, being a United fan, of course. So, for just trying to be professional, I said, don't worry, I'll give this my best shot possible. I'll get you Champions League football, no problem. The league title, on the other hand, you're 12 points behind. We have the squad to win the league. But Humpty Dumpty's done a lot of damage so far this season, so I'm not sure if I can make it. Make it to the title. I can make it to Champions League, no problem. Alright, Liverpool, let's have a look at them, shall we? Like, yeah, okay, Isaac's injured. Ekitike's currently injured. But he'd be fine. Well, like, you got Salah, you got Gakpo. Maybe you could argue Gakpo needs to be upgraded. But even then, it's like, this squad is good. Like, you've got Furtz. Like, like one of them has to be on the bench. Like, it's just how good the team is. It's a very good team on paper. I don't know how it's not doing better. In terms of transfers, this is what we're looking at. None. Just like Real Madrid, I don't think this team needs a single signing. We just need Isaac to come back from injury. We could do Ekitike come back from injury. And then after that, we are sorted. So to get us started, we are kicking off my reign of terror, as I'm going to call it, against Fulham. No signings needed. Pre-contracts, they can all go. Who cares? As you know, we sim the first game of every takeover that I do. And this is the one we're doing here. And we draw 0-0 with Fulham. What? I'm pretty sure Humpty Dumpty won this match. In fact, I don't actually know. It's been a while. Oh dear. Anyway. Since I'm not making any signings, I'm not going to be getting rid of anyone. Let's see how we do in January. Alright, let's see how we do in January. So we took over after the Leeds draw. So, draw against Fulham, terrible. Draw against Arsenal, not too bad, considering the fact that they're league leaders. Beat Barnsley in the Cup, beat Burnley, Bournemouth, lost to Newcastle. Now, that one's not great, but look, it's fine, we'll get better. We lost against Karabakh in the Champions League, but we beat Marseille. Let's see how we're doing for the actual table and all that. So, we took over in 4th, we're still 4th, but there's a bit of breathing space between us and Everton, who are somehow in 5th. We're 14 points behind Arsenal up top, so that's a problem. But as long as we have space between us and Everton, or whoever's in 5th, that's fine. FA Cup, we've got Norwich next. We should be beating them, no problem. And then for the Champions League, we've got Lazio, because we didn't finish in the top 8. In fact, we finished 9th. Goal difference kept us out. A win or a draw against Karabakh would have been enough there to see us through. But look, it is what it is. It happens. So, you can see our fixtures for February. It's fine. Besides the City game, we should be winning every other match. No problem. This Liverpool squad is good enough to be back-to-back champions. It's just Humpty Dumpty ruined it. Well, everyone, as you can see, we've got Inter in the remaining 16 Champions League. So we beat Lazio anyway. February, we lost to City. Okay, yeah, that's an understandable loss. Hopefully that happens in real life. That's happening in about an hour's time, that game, for me. So, just so you know, like, when I'm recording this. And we won. Oh, shit, we drew against Forest and West Ham. I saw that as a win for whatever reason. Crap, okay. Well, the City loss would have been fine if... The City loss would have been fine if we had won those games. But where are we now? We're still 4th. 4 points between us and 5th place Crystal Palace. There's 8 points between us and 3rd place. And look at that drop off from Arsenal. I can't believe Arsenal are bottling the league again. In fact, I need to check the fixtures. February fixtures. Let's see. Arsenal beat Brentford. Okay. Obviously, City are winning all their games. So Arsenal must have lost or had a few draws. They beat Spurs. Okay, maybe it was in January where they were losing everything. But, like, Arsenal are winning. Arsenal lost to Forest. Okay, that's one loss. But even then, City lost in this time. And they're all, like, 6 points off. Like, Arsenal, I'd have no idea how City have caught up to Arsenal here. I really don't understand. Even with an extra game, how have they caught up? Because the fixtures don't make sense, the results. Anyway, right. We've got Cambridge in the FA Cup, sorry, I forgot to say that. I kind of lost my train of thought here. Let's go into April and we'll check to see how we've done for March. That sentence is a bit back to front, but yeah, I don't know. I'm actually a bit bamboozled by Arsenal's collapse. All right, we're in April now, so let's check to see how we've done for March. We won. Oh no, we didn't. Let's wait to see we won every game. We beat Wolves, got through against Inter, and beat Cambridge in the cup. We lost to Spurs and Brighton in the league. Who loses to Spurs? Even my Spurs couldn't do that. My Spurs were actually pretty bad. So we got Marseille again. So we did beat Marseille beforehand in January. So we have them again in the quarterfinals. So well done to them. We got Preston as well. But I'm actually surprised at how bad we're doing in the league. So Arsenal are left in Champions League. They're the only other English team, which I'm surprised City are knocked out unless they got knocked out to like Barcelona or PSG maybe. That would make sense. And then in the league, are we still fourth? Because we're floundering a little. We're fifth. Oh, Jesus Christ, we've dropped to fifth. There's no way Crystal Palace finish in fourth over us. We need to start picking up some more points because everything are like only out on goal difference from us. Terrible. And also Arsenal's continued bottle of the league is going down. This is a generational bottle. And I say it's generational bottle. I think they've already done that twice. Anyway, let's see how we do in April because we've got a big month of May coming up. Right. The board aren't exactly pleased with me, which makes me worry. But let's see how we done. We beat Preston in the FA Cup, but then we lost to Forest later on. So that was the semi-final of the FA Cup. We lost to Nottingham Forest. We drew against Fulham and Everton in the league. We did beat Marseille, but then we drew the PSG 3-3, which we have the second leg coming up in May. Right, so we've dropped down to 7th. I don't know how we've managed to do this. We have got a game in hand, which could put us back up to 5th, but this is... We were talking about Arsenal's generational bottle. At least they've managed to get back up to fucking first with a game in hand. We haven't seen 4th comfortably since January. Anyway, massive month in May. Need to be... Well... We don't need to be every team, but it'd be nice to be every team there, so at least then we can guarantee some Champions League football. Because that was my aim, and I don't want to have to fail. As I said, I gave Mr. Henry my word that I would not sabotage Liverpool. And I'm not sabotaging Liverpool, but historically, I've had a terrible May. Every time, it's always bad May. So let's see how we do. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see my May results? It might shock you, it might not. But here we go. We are in the Champions League final. We were playing Barcelona. We beat PSG on penalties, but we beat them. We beat United. Easy work. Lost to Chelsea. Disgrace. Beat Palace, drew to Villa, lost to Brentford, and we've got Barcelona coming up. I don't think we got Champions League football through the league. Which means it all comes down to that final. In fact, we finished 9th. We didn't even get Conference League. We were 10 points off 4th. 2 points off Europa League football. If we had to beat Chelsea, we would have got it. In fact, Brentford finished above us for fuck's sake. This was a terrible season. We still done better than United. In fact, I think Spurs done fucking better than us. They did. Jesus. So the only way we can get Champions League football, and I did guarantee Mr. Henry that I get them Champions League football, is to beat Barcelona. Oh boy. Alright, that is the team we are going with for the Champions League final. I am going to just sim it normally and we'll commentate as it goes on. Because this is... I haven't won a trophy yet when I've done a Can I Save Their Season. But imagine, I go to Liverpool, rivals of the club I support, Man United, and I win them the Champions League and get them Champions League football for the next season. Even after we've done terrible in the league. But let's see what we can do. I didn't even put all my eggs in this basket. Let's see how we do. This is massive. Absolutely massive. It also means I can intervene and make some subs when I feel like it. because it's such a big occasion. I think that's a fair way of doing this. And they've scored. Rafinha goes in and gets the goal. We've been all over the place. I'm not really sure what to do here. I never do. It's more or less just a guessing game with me, but that's not great. I was hoping that we'd at least go into the second half equal. Now, of course, we could equalise. You know, corners taken quickly and all that. And Konaté's injured. You're fucking kidding me. Right, we changed information with Konaté being forced to come off. We put on Ekitike. He's going up top with Isaac. We're going for a 3-5-2. Let's do this. Frimpong at centre back for a bit of pace. Now, he's tiny, but a bit of pace right there. So that should be an interesting change for us. Anyway, we're definitely trying something new. Anyway, you can't say I'm not trying. I'm not doing something different. There we go, equaliser. Ekitike, super sub, goes and scores. I've never been so happy for Liverpool to score a goal in my life here. I can't believe I'm actually celebrating for them, but I want them to get a second so I can be a success. Another successful job done. That's what I want. It's not well done, but we meet the objectives. That was the plan. And we're so close to getting it. Oh, no, come on, man. Not Isaac being injured. Oh, come on. Alright. That's the end of regular time. How's the team doing? You know Isaac's got an injury. I'm going to try playing him as long as I can. Gakpo has been too good. So I'm going to put on Chiesa and hope for the best. Szoboszlai is going to be coming on at some point. It's just, where am I going to play him? I'm thinking I might just throw him up top and just see if he can come up with something. Oh no, they scored. Oh shit. Oh, that's not good. Right, well with that, we're going to put Szoboszlai up front like I was suggesting. We've got 15 minutes to find an equaliser and take this to penalties. And they've scored a third. I think we're out. Yeah, there we go. We lost. I can't believe it. We lost the final. I've never reached a final before in one of these kind of Leicester seasons, and we lose it in such dramatic fashion after making such a big deal out of it as well. Anyway, let's have a look at the squad, shall we? So, person with most amount of appearances was Konaté and McAllister. Most goals was Ekitike with 30, so well done to him. Jesus Christ, he absolutely done well. Most assists, Salah. And then clean sheets was Alisson. Well, I think it's fair to say I failed miserably there. We got to a Champions League final, but we just couldn't get over the line, and we struggled in the league. That's a disaster. I'm very disappointed with that, but look, what can you do? We'll see what my agent has for me next week, and hopefully we'll be able to recover our pride a little.